Hi guys, I'm Stephen Edwards and I'm the founder of Gro Profit First Accountants. So we are a modern accountancy practice for entrepreneurs, but actually my role in the business is more of a business coach, consultant, and mentor to the team and to our clients. So if you're looking for a business coach, whether you're in Cheltenham or to be honest, you could be anywhere in the country, but if you are local, I do think there's a bit of an advantage because we can meet one-to-one for a coffee. Then you're probably researching how can a business coach help you. So the first thing I want to share is a little bit about myself. So I'm the author of a book, How to Build a Business That Runs Without You. And in that book, and you can find it in Amazon, I released it in 2024. In that book, I talk about the 10 steps to build a business that can run without you using the Entrepreneurial Freedom System. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But also, I've got a podcast called the Profit First Podcast. And if you've not come across the book, by the way, if you're a business owner, absolutely must read to understand your numbers on another level. It's one of the most popular books for entrepreneurs, small business owners throughout the world, huge following in the UK, and I talk a lot about Profit First on there. So before I dive into the system and also a little bit more about me, what is business coaching? And I just want to give you a little bit of clarity on this because these words get used interchangeably. Sometimes we talk about a business coach, we talk about a business mentor, we talk about a consultant, we talk about a leader. These are all different things. Strictly speaking, a pure coach doesn't really give you advice in terms of telling you what to do. They don't say, right, this is how you solve this problem. A coach helps you find the answers. A consultant is more of a done-for-you service who comes in and tells you exactly what to do, and they might even do it for you, more of a done-for-you service. A mentor is someone who's been there, done that. They share their experience. You know, I mentor a lot of accountants in my industry, but I also mentor, coach, and consult with a lot of entrepreneurs. In my view, I don't believe you just necessarily need one or the other. And I wear the different roles between coaching, consulting, mentoring, teaching, depending what you need. For me, it's all about the results. I struggle, if I'm honest, with people that are a bit too passive when they're trying to help business owners. I want to make a difference in your business and your life, and ultimately, it's why my business is all about Profit First. Is we want to help you build a more profitable, sustainable business, but also one that gives you the freedom. So if you look at number 10, number 9, I'm fortunate in my business that I can do what I want to do. I choose to coach other business owners. I don't have to. I choose to do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the business of business. I've spent thousands of pounds in self-development, business education in the last 10 years. I'm trained as a qualified chartered certified accountant. I'm a Profit First coach. I'm an author. I'm also a certified EOS implementer. I went through the training, so I've gone through the EOS boot camp, and we self-implement the EOS system in our business. It stands for the Entrepreneurial Operating System that helps businesses scale beyond 1 million to 50 million in revenue typically. I'm also a certified high performance coach. And I know I'm throwing all this stuff at you, and I'm not saying to say, wow, look at me. I just want you to know whatever you need is the direction I'm going to take you in. I'm not a one size fits all. This is this is what we have to do. This is the process. Although I do have a process, there's things that work. I strongly believe you need a vision in your business. So many people start their business without a vision, or they kind of have a vision to pay the bills and to work for themselves, but it's out of date. 3 years later, that vision is no longer serving you to get to the next level. You need a numbers plan. You need to have strong values in terms of if you've hired people before, I'm sure you've had challenges. You've had good team members, you've had bad team members. There's an art to it, and it starts with values, having a clear team structure. These are the basics of building a strong business. Then we're talking about accountability, KPIs, metrics, when we're talking about building a scorecard. And a scorecard should be what drives the engine of your business on a weekly basis. It can transform the results you get in your business when you know your numbers, not just financial. What should you be doing? What's the key drivers? Is it sending leaflets out to get more customers? Is it spending more on marketing? Is it getting work done by a certain time but to a certain standard? So there should be a business scorecard, 3 to 7 kind of metrics. Marketing happens from day one, but we want to create this growth engine, this automatic engine where customers are queuing up to work with you. And that's actually believe it or not, I'm an accountant. That's one of my main things is the marketing side of the business. And the marketing, we can go deep into that. We can talk about strategy. We can talk about positioning. We can talk about your USP, your unique sales proposition, unique selling points. What makes you different? You don't want to be a commodity. You don't want to be competing on price. You want to be competing on value. You want to offer transformations for your prospects. You don't want to just be, providing a tick box service. Finance and profitability. You need to really get mature as a business and understand your numbers. That's where we come in my accounting business is, what do my numbers mean every month? What do they mean every quarter? What do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? What makes it a good month? What makes it a bad month? If you're interested in that, again, read Profit First. I urge you to follow the podcast. You can see it on the screen. Hire an operations manager. So it could be AI. It could be better systems. It could be automation. But how are you going to remove yourself as a bottleneck so you've got that freedom in your business to actually transform your role, which moves us on to number 9, because you can't do that if you're in the weeds. And number 9, it's not about sitting on a beach drinking pina coladas, although as I'm doing this video, I'm probably about to do that in about 3 weeks' time. We're off to a family holiday in Florida, taking a month off from the business, which actually I talk about in the book. It took a lot of planning to get to that point in my own business where I can take a month off. And then number 9 is you can have that freedom, but you can also do the stuff you love to do in your business. And when you put this all in place, you build a life freedom business that can do the stuff you want to do. The stuff you want to do gives you freedom of purpose. If you look at the top left of the screen, it gives you the money and the capacity to do the things for you and your family, to do the stuff you want to do in your life. But also it gives you the time, and you can spend it on the relationships that are important to you. So this is a core foundation of what I do. However, the best thing is to reach out to us. So you should have my email at the bottom of this page. I'll pop it on there. I'll pop the email, but you can book a discovery call to have a chat with me, and basically just to learn about your business. I need to learn what you're trying to achieve. I don't work with everybody. I only work with people that are serious about building a better business. So it all starts with that chat. I'd love to learn about your business, what your challenges are, and also one of the main things I work with is someone with an open mind, an abundant mindset. If you I guess the fact that you're here, that's probably you. You're normally a learner. You're open to trying a different way of doing something. If you're someone who thinks you need to have all the answers yourself, and you think that you already know everything, there's nothing to learn, we're probably not going to be a good fit, because every day's a school day in my view. I'm still learning now. I still pay for mentors and coaches and still part of business groups. I believe life and business is you should be learning from week to week, month to month. That's how we grow our businesses. So if that doesn't sound like you, it might not be a good fit. However, if you're open to trying something different and to grow in your business, I'd love to have that chat and hopefully speak to you soon. Cheers.